Hi there, I'm Billy Frizz, your official counter for 365 days of stretching. Today, we are doing something a little different. We are going to do a basic ballet warm-up, just like little stretches that they do at the beginning of the class. And yeah, I mean, it's really simple. Do what you can. Don't force yourself to go beyond your limits. I do have a record that I'll be playing in the background. It is Johannes Brahms. I'm totally saying that wrong. But this is at least 75 years old, so I am safe from copyrights, like flags, copyright flags, whatever. Yeah, I'll go ahead and start the record and we'll get right into it. Full disclosure, I guess you could say, I'm an ex-ballerina. I did ballet in middle to high school, but then I sprained my neck I sprained my neck as I started point, not doing ballet, but yeah, I just kind of quit ballet after that. Is this flashing? Okay. It is. Why is it changing colors? Hopefully you guys are picking up the audio. But yeah, and then I didn't return after that because I was 18 and they, in my small town, my hometown where I'm from, they don't really offer like adult ballet unless you do private lessons, and that just has not been an affordable thing for me. I now live in a big city where there's adult ballet everywhere, so I have taken one class. I will get back into a flow eventually, maybe once my schedule kind of settles. But yeah, we're going to start with pliés. So you're going to put your feet in first position. Basically, take one foot, bring it to the floor, take your other foot, bring your heels together. Don't force your feet to turn out all the way, just like where you're comfortable. And one way to like help find your turnout is by, like you're popping out your butt like this, but pull your butt in like you're squeezing your glutes and pulling your hips up. That will kind of naturally open your legs, like shoop, that. Pulling your heels together, that's your turnout. We're not going to force anything, okay? So just find your happy place. And then grab a wall, grab a table, something to balance yourself with. And then we are going to do demi-plie. So just like, kind of like you're going into a little squat. Just to where you reach a point that you feel like if you were to bend any lower, your heels would come off of the ground. All the while, you want to keep pulling your glutes down, your hips up and out, and then pull back up. Trying to hold all of these muscles in place, and then a second demi-plie, and then back up. And then we'll do grand plie. So you're going to go to that point of demi and then squat all the way down where you are lifting your feet off the ground. And then back up, place your heels on the ground, straighten out your legs. Now we are going to go from first position. This is first. We're going to step into second position. So reach one foot out, point your toe, heel to the ground, other foot, point your toe, heel to the ground. This is second position. And we are going to do 2 grand pliés. Although, I don't know, I don't really lift my heels when I do this one. So let's not just go to the point where you don't lift your heel. You, as low as you can go without lifting your heels. I don't know, it's been so long. 1. You're also going to want to be mindful of keeping your back straight, shoulders down, relaxed, flexing, flexing your quads, your hamstrings, pulling your hips up and open. Grand plié, 2. And great. Now we're going to go into fourth position, third position, third, fourth. Oh gosh, it's actually been that long. So now you're going to go from having your legs sort of in this like squat stance with your toes pointing out. You're going to point toe and bring it in front of you. From the side angle, it's going to look like this. Lolly, you're really getting in the way of my shot. Okay. Toes pointed out. Point one toe. Pull it in front of you. Heel on the ground. And you're going to have space in between your front foot, your front heel, and your back toes. But they're going to kind of be in line with each other, okay? So from here, we're going to do 2 demi-pliés. 1. Try to find your balance between the balls of your feet. You don't want to be pressing on your toes. You kind of want all of your weight to be like between the balls of your feet, basically, and distributed between each foot. And a second demi-plié down. And really what you're going to feel is a stretch in your back calf, where you get to a point where you want to do grand plié and lift your feet off the ground, but we're not doing that, okay? And then lift back up. And then we skip fourth. Pretty sure it's fourth that we skip, because that's like one that basically little kiddies do, and I was never taught it because I started ballet late. You're gonna point that front foot, keeping your weight balanced, distributed over the ball of your foot. So if you wanted to lift your foot and toes off the ground, you could, right? These are details. You don't need to focus on all of this if you've never done this before, but these are things that if you're interested in ballet and actually wanted to get the form right, this is what you want to keep in mind. So now we're going to point the front foot forward and pull your front heel to the back foot toes. All right. So now your front heel is touching the tip of your toes, creating a little V. Okay? And then we're going to do 2 grand pliés and, 2 demi-pliés and then a grand plié. Try to remember to keep your hips up, open, butt flexed and down. Demi. Balance between the balls of your feet. Find that center. Demi. Then grand. Oh, you know what? This is fine. This is like a real sweet little overview of what we're doing. Great. Okay. Now that we've gone through all of the steps, we'll do it again. on the other side, and the other side, so the opposite leg. If you had your right leg in the front for fifth position, third and fifth, you're going to, when you step out of second to third, you're going to pull this left leg to the front instead. Okay? And then this time we will incorporate our forward fold, backward little reach. Yeah, our like upper body stretches. So we'll start facing the other way and get the turnout right. So, you know, have your butt in place, hips up, turn out, make your little V with your feet, and I'll face this way so you can kind of see from this angle. Demi, 1, straighten, demi, 2, straighten, and grand plie. Hit that point where you want to lift your feet, and then lift your feet, lower, feet back down, continue to straighten up. You want all of that to be one continuous movement. And now we are going to do sort of like a forward fold. So you're going to still try to keep all of this in place. And this is why I think ballet is amazing, because all these little things that you know, from an outside perspective, if you didn't know anything about ballet, you wouldn't know that all of these little body parts are being used, and like you have to be aware of like every muscle through every movement, no matter how simple it seems. But you should be squeezing your glutes, squeezing your quads, your hamstrings, lifting your hips, bending. It's very hard. This is actually so challenging. And fold, straighten your back out, reach up. If you lost this, you know, pull it back together. Keep your shoulders down while your arms are in the air. This is what you can't see. You're not squatting, but I just want you to see my arms. This is what it looks like. And then reach up, stretch like the top of your back up, and lean back. Okay, and then we point that opposite leg from the last go round, point the toe out, step, then point the other toe out, step for second position from this angle so you can see it. First position, point the toe out, step, other point toe out, step. Now we're in second, and we're going to do 2 grand plies. So 1, as low can you go? How low can you go? How low can you go? 2, low can you go? All the while paying attention, like if you wanted to like see how your balance is, see where your weight is being distributed, pulling your toes and heels off of the ground, making sure you're really putting the weight on the balls of your feet. Okay? And so that was 2 grands. And now we're going to reach to one side and stretch over. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And reach to the other. Stretch over. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And now pull that other leg up to the front. Point that toe with your toes like pointed on the ground. Pull the heel in line, front heel in line with the back toes, but do not bring them together yet. You're going to have a little gap. Your feet should look kind of like this. I don't know how well you can see my hands, but your feet should look something like that. toes, back toes, heel of the front foot, not touching, little space, okay? Let's scoot back so maybe you can see that better. Turn it this angle. Yeah, okay. And now 2 demi-plies. 1. That's the point that I can go before my back heel wants to come off the ground. And 2. Don't worry about your arms. These are just, that's force of habit, and I may not even be doing it right. So, and now we've done 2. Point that front foot and pull the heel to your back toes. And now your toes, your feet should look like that. Okay? And pull your hips up. We're in 5th position now. Demi 1. Demi 2. Okay, and grand plie 1. Heels back to the ground as soon as possible. Straighten out your legs. And now we are going to do the same thing as we did in 1st position. Reaching your arms up and bending forward, holding all of that core, hips up, tailbone tucked, reaching forward, and straighten out your back, and then reach your fingertips to the sky, and bend towards the back, and center, and then I know what it sounds like, but I don't know if I'm saying it right or like how it's spelled, but then you go do a little susu, bend your knees, pop up onto your toes, except it's really on the balls of your feet. Find your center, balance, hands in the air, soutenu, and then you twist. Hold your balance, and then relax. I can't remember what the term is for that point. And bring your foot back to 1st position. Finish. And that's it. That is a beginner. That's basic ballet warm-up. It doesn't matter if you're beginner, intermediate, advanced. That is like the first 10-minute routine of every ballet class. So yeah, it is like a nice full body stretch. And I got my heart pumping. I feel good. Movement going in the body. What more can you ask for, right? Okay, well, I hope someone enjoyed this. Maybe it's your first time and you're really interested. Like when I was like 11 or 12, I would sit on YouTube and watch ballerinas, and like if I saw a video like this, I would eat it up. So hopefully I'm inspiring someone out there. And if nothing else, hopefully it's a fun thing for you to just try. Okay, cool. That's all I got for you today. I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.